I think we are live. Let me just confirm. Yes, awesome. Okay, nice. How's everybody doing? Oh, I hit the wrong thing. My fat fingers. Are y'all getting ready for Mother's Day weekend? If you're in the States, we're celebrating Mother's Day weekend this weekend. Let's see, make sure. I was going to try to zoom out so you can see a little bit more. There we go. How is everyone? Hey, Miss Carrie. I'm counting down until I'm going to be with you in the UK. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Hey, Cheryl, how are you? Welcome. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Super excited that you're here. I'm also streaming over on TikTok, so I'm going to try to answer some questions as we go. We're going to be making an arrangement, a patriotic arrangement, but you can make this anything you want, I think. Hopefully I could create this like image of it, a style, a design that maybe will inspire you to try something new, something different. Just make it your own. You can do, summer, you can do watermelon themed, literally anything that you want to make it, you can make it that. Okay, I know, Carrie, I'm super excited. Oh, thanks, Carrie. I got my hair. I did go to the hairdresser today, so my hair does look a little different. Okay, so look at this first of all before we get started. Look at this arrangement. How fun! Oh my gosh! So this is what we taught in our Back to Basics class. So this is super beautiful. Look at that in the urn. I loved how this turned out. So we taught this in our Back to Basics class. Let me trim that. The other thing that we taught was this wreath. I've just got a couple of projects sitting around. Love, love, love how this turned out, right? So this was our Back to Basics course. All of our Wreath Making of the Month Club members got these tutorials for free. Love that. Oh my gosh, this is just so beautiful. The colors, it's just stunning for me. Like this, like I want this on my door. It's hard to say, okay, Julie, you can only hang so many wreaths on your doors. You better start selling some instead of keeping them for yourselves. Okay, what we're going to do is an arrangement in a container. This is a square. Let me measure for you. 4-inch by 4-inch square. All right. I found a photo off of Pinterest, and I'm like, I like that. Let's see if we can make it. Has anybody else done that before? Like copy? Like I think copying is the best way to practice and learn, right? Reach outside your comfort zone and try new things. So we've got inspiration that we're working on, and we're going to make it patriotic though. So that was my vision of just making something a little bit more festive. The first thing I'm going to do is look at my greenery pieces. I have, the container has got foam in it. It's not the desert foam, you know what I mean, like made for silk flowers. It is styrofoam. And then on top of the styrofoam, I put a little bit of green moss just to cover it up. And that way, I feel like the styrofoam is better for like shipping, or if you're going to take it to a craft show or something like that. Now, if you're doing something just for your own home, it's not going to be shipped anywhere. I think desert foam would be fine. When I try to use desert foam and manipulate my flowers, it tends to break and get brittle. And so that's why I like styrofoam. I've also heard people using, the spray insulation. You can definitely do that. Just know that it's going to take some time to cure. I think you got to let it sit for 24 hours. So let's see what we can make with this. We've got our inspiration photo. I've got a few things that I'm going to try to work with, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is create my form. So if you were in our Principles and Elements Back to Basics Fundamentals class this week, which ended yesterday, you know what I'm talking about because you heard the words and I explained them very specifically. But form is shape. So I'm going to try to create my shape. This is going to be a one-sided design. It also looks to me like it's going to be maybe center binding point. So let's look and see what we can create here. Now, these are, what are these? Bells of Ireland? I can't ever remember what these things are called. And I always say it doesn't really matter if you can remember or not. It doesn't mean that you're any better or worse at it. It just means that you're not a botanist. All right, you're just a silk flower having, silk flower florist having fun. You don't need to know all the names. I think, let me look and see what my other flower was going to be. I was going to make sure my spacing is right. Okay, because I kind of want these to be up in the front. What is this? Dillweed. So I definitely want to make room for that. Okay, so right about here is where this is going to go. Okay. Just remembering all the flowers that I want to put in here. I'm going to bend this down. Now I'm going to look at it in relation to the height of my container. I'm digging that. I'm going to put a little hole. Let me just put it here for now. Okay, and then my other one is going to go on the other side, but it's going to be shorter. So I'm going to do, instead of making it shorter, let's just, we're going to make it shorter, but instead of me cutting it, I'm going to cut off these little blooms. I did this one time and somebody said, oh my gosh, you're wasting so much. And I'm like, have you ever seen a fresh florist design? They get rid of a lot of stuff on their blooms that they buy. Leaves and stems, and so I don't think this is a waste. I think this is just using what you have creatively. Okay, so I want to drop this down. Not enough, not enough. I'm looking at my inspo photo, remember? I'm going to cut this a little sharper. Just looking at my inspo photo. I'm just going to put that here for now. Okay. And then I think this is going to go center, maybe a little farther back. All right, let me move my little U-pin that's holding my moss down because that's going to impede on that area. So I'm just going to move that around. Okay, so if I like this, I feel like this needs to be my first piece. Like, get this right. Or do I need to do this first? Let's do this first. We're going to commit to this piece first. All right, so what is this, y'all? I don't know. It doesn't look like a monstera leaf, but it's big, it's big. And it's got this weird little stem. This looks good right here. Okay, so let me put that there. And then I want to drop it down to where it's almost touching the container. So now I know where I need to cut here, right? And then I'm just going to look at this stem, and I see there's the wire, because this is all wired. Well, not this, but the stem is. So I see this wire, and I'm just going to cut out the little plastic stuff from around the wire. We had so much fun in our class yesterday, Back to Basics. It was really fun. We got a lot done in 2 days. I think everybody was very surprised at how much there was to learn in that class. Oh, look at there. Did y'all see that? Just take it and bend that away. And also, just to let you all know that we've got our Wreath Making of the Month Club group that's opened right now. So if anybody wants to join us, I think that's a good. So we've got about an inch right there. So the group is open currently to new members. We don't have the group open all the time. It only opens twice a year. And we won't open again until late fall. So we're going to do you're going to miss all of our fall designing, all of our Christmas prep. We're also hosting workshops for members only. So next week we're hosting our Patriotic workshop. We're going to do a Christmas tree. We're going to do mailbox topper. We're going to do wreaths, arrangements, and all of that. I'm just trying to get it a little bit more. It would be, I feel like this needs a little bit more because it's so long. But you know, I can always put a stem on it if I need to, right? So steel picks, wooden floral picks, they're the same thing. You decide what you want to use for your own arranging. Just know that the reason you put your picks on is for 3 reasons. If you want girth, like if you're doing a grapevine wreath and it's a very loosey-goosey, you need some thickness here, you're going to put a pick on. If you need length, right, you can put a pick on. And then if you need to shore up the stem. So sometimes we put this in hot glue and it just shrivels up. Have y'all ever had that happen? So if that happens for you, then all you have to do is put your pick on. Let me just zoom in so you could get a better angle of this. I'm going to go ahead and move the wreath behind me. Maybe you can see a little bit better. Sometimes our group members say when I have stuff on the back, oh, the other thing we did was bows. Y'all, we did some really pretty bows. Look at this one. Isn't that fun? We taught them how to make this bow, all these other bows. I was going to tell you another one that was my favorite. This one right here. Does this not just look like summer? This bow, sunshine and summer. So fun. Okay, so we got that cleared out from the behind of us. Now let's commit to the glue. You've been procrastinating enough, Julie. I think I'm going to go a little forward on that because my stem is too big. Just as I suspected, I needed it to be a little shorter. Patience, my friends. What's everybody doing this weekend? I'm just going to do this one straight up and down. I like it. I got this apron off of Amazon. All right, now we've got that established. I think I want to go this way and this way with this. All right, this is going to go in with our Bells of Ireland. I want to go on an angle though. Maybe. Maybe we move it over. If you mess up and you don't like it, just fix it. I feel like we needed to remove some more of our little blooms down here. Wonder if we can do that now. Oh, we can. There, that's good. It's not going to be the exact arrangement like our inspo, but I'm getting some ideas. Okay, now I want this one to go here, so I'm going to make this shorter. I hope I'm saying this right, what this is. For some reason, it doesn't sound right. Okay, I want this to go a little lower. Maybe a little higher. All right. We put our steel pick on it. Got a little separation. Let me move it over. Okay, let me glue that. I'm committing to right here. Okay, I think that's good. We got a little greenage going on. Green. Waynesville, North Carolina. Welcome, South Carolina. How are you? I'm good. We just had a big storm come through here. All right, so this is really fun. This is something I teach in our Wreath of the Month Club all the time. Just redo it. It doesn't have to be, you know, perfect the first time. Have fun, play around with it, try new designs. But yeah. All right, let me pull this over. Wonder what this is called. It looks to me almost like a, what are the hosta a little, doesn't it? Okay, now we've got this leaf, and that's the same size. Let me see if I have another size. I was gonna see if I had another larger one. Okay. The inspo photo has one folded. Should we? Doesn't quite look the same, but let's do it. I'm just gonna cut this one and see. All right, let's take that down. Now, how are we going to get this to stay together? Maybe? Or do we angle it that way, maybe? Okay, I'm going to keep it that way. I'm going to angle it more that way. All right, so this is what we have over on TikTok. Make sure you give us a heart. Thanks. Tap the screen. Thanks so much for watching. All right, so we're creating from inspiration on a photo that I have. And here's the inspo photo for one more time for those who are just joining. Very structured design. Okay, now they have crocus. I don't have crocus. They also have, this is, let's do roses. We're going to do Patriotic. Okay, so let's do, we're going to either do roses. That's cute. Or I have cosmos. Either one would work. Either one would work. Oh, that's cute too. I'm going to use the roses, I think. Okay, we're going to use roses. Now, I do have a larger rose. We're going to use the small ones. They look like a little cabbage rose. These are all silk flowers. Just trying my hand. I just thought it would be fun to get on here and just wing it with you. This is kind of what I do sometimes in our Wreath of the Month Club group. You get to hear me like think through the whole process. And right now we're establishing, I think we did a really good job establishing like a background. This is going to be a one-sided arrangement. Right, so we've established that, right? Starting to get our shape a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm going to start using my flowers. Which one is my tallest? This one is the tallest on the stem right here. But it's the smallest, so, I mean, not the smallest. So I think I'm going to trim this one short because I know I want, with terracing, I want my skinniest flower on top, my fattest flower close to the base. All right, so I'm going to trim that there. Here's my larger flower head. Okay. And then we have this one. So I'm going to, if you want this weighted, you could put rocks in it before you put your foam, but I'm going to sit here and I'm going to measure out so that I can get some height. But I feel like for me, it would be better to start at the base with my my larger flower, just to see where I want to get the height started. Like, in other words, I don't know how high to go until I get the bottom flower. Okay, so we've got that one there. And then the second one, take off the label. A little shorter. I need a stem pick because it's I need to shore up the stem. It's not going into the foam. All right, we've just came up a little bit. We're trying to make sure we're including our spacing so that we have, you know, every little flower has its own little moment of shining, and it's got its own moment, right? I don't want to group these. Now we're coming down to see how far up I want this. So let me trim here for right now. Okay, we're going to put a pick because the foam is so firm. I'm going to do it a little smaller, just a little shorter. Right, it's too straight. So let's give a little bend. And I probably could have kept a leaf on here. Nope, I've already cut them. Dip it in my glue. What do we think? We're doing something, aren't we? Doing something fun. I don't know when Amazon will get the next steel pick machine in. Just keep Googling it. You can also, some people say they get theirs at Hobby Lobby. Check with a florist who's going out of business. There's different ways of getting one. Remember, you don't need one when you're first starting out. Okay, feel like the next thing I should do is put something over on this side. Remember, I've got an inspiration photo that I'm using. Hopefully, I'm encouraging you to find an inspiration photo yourself and start creating with your silk flowers. I'm going to do this one, this little seed looking thing. Okay, we're going to cluster. That's another word you've heard me say in the Wreath of the Month Club. Right there. Y'all think this is going to be a pretty patriotic arrangement? I am hopeful. Interesting. The inspo photo has it angled outward. There's one. Thank you, Jennifer, for that tidbit, sharing information. I love it. All right, here's our next one. I only have these. I don't have any more because I definitely would like another, but I'm just going to make do with what we have. Oh, I never glued that in. Let me glue that. So we got some blue. Thank you, Brenda. I got my hair cut today. All right, we've got blue. We got the red. We got the blue. And let's do some white. Woo! This is really going to... All right, let's just do a little white. All right, this is another grouping. These are going to be really small. I mean, I do kind of like that leaf. Okay, now I'm going to see if I can cluster these together. These are different. These stems don't have they're not thick, you know, they're very bendable. So I'm going to have to, again, put a little pick on. Bringing in the container now, right? With the color. I'm going to try to vary the size or the height, I mean, of these. Let's do a couple angled outward. Move one towards the back. See what I'm doing? I got one that's a little bit further back behind the rose. Right there. And then I've got some that's facing forward. And then I got a couple that are facing that way. Okay. Let's find that one with the little leaf. Let's put that in there. I feel like the roses are a little short now. But I'm going to keep with my vision. Just going to keep working it. Has anybody made an arrangement where you've grouped your color blocked before? Okay. It's a lot of white. All right. Now, let me put this to the side. We have these little leaves, and the inspo photo has leaves coming out right here. So let me look. I don't think my rose leaves would look good there. Okay, let me just think for a second what I have. Maybe I look into my scrap drawer and pull something out. Oh yeah, this is so cute. This is going to be amazing. Anybody else have that? A little scrap drawer? I was just thinking, I need to figure out how to do a wreath or something with all of the scraps that I have. What do you think? Okay, now I'm trying to create a little V right here, the way I'm placing it. I think I'm going to redo this one. Let's do a shorter one. Nope, let's do this one. Okay. So we've got one here and one here. Alrighty. Yeah, you need to glue them in. You should glue them in. I've just been trying to focus on the, I can't even get it out now. Trying to focus in on the placement of everything. Go back in. When you get the placement, just go back in and glue. Okay. There we go. Now, that's why we keep our little extra pieces. Like I just have these little extra pieces. I'll save them for some other thing. All right, now, trying to figure out, here's the inspo photo one more time. Are we getting there? Let's do a little greenery. We got red, white, and blue. I also have some leftover of this blue, which I think I'm going to use. This is leftover from a swag wreath that we did today. No, this week. All right, I have this greenery. Ooh. Do you see how this looks really good with the shade of green that we have right here? And then it also matches the shade of the green and the vein of that large leaf. So this is how we look at these. When you're pulling your greenery, you're pulling your flowers, pulling everything over, you're looking at the color. Another thing we talk about in our Wreath of the Month Club is the color. Choosing color. This is what I was looking for right here. I do like that greenery, but I also think I like this one. I'm going to use a little bit of both, I think. Okay, let's start with this one. Oh, it doesn't push. Okay, hold on. We're going to put a little something in between these two roses. Okay, so we got that. Now I'm going to take my other little sprig that I cut. I think I'm going to put it, let's put it down in the middle of all of my little white flowers. Or maybe we put it over here. We'll put it right here. I'm going to work on the other side now. I'm just going to put some, for balance, see how far out we're coming on this side? Now I want to put something over here that comes out about that same distance for balance, for visual balance. Maybe a little too far out. It's very green. Maybe we go to this. I like that. All right, let me just think about this. Maybe we don't do this. Okay, what I did was I took off this side right here because it was just very heavy with the green, and all I did was add a few little pieces of that green in the front. Okay, so we don't want to go that far over with green, but maybe we go with more blue. Remember, we're just using our photo for inspiration, not trying to duplicate. How many times I tell y'all that in our Wreath of the Month Club group? You just use our ideas for inspiration. Feels like there's another leaf back there somewhere. I kind of like that better. There's blue, more blue. Okay, where's my leaves? I'm going to put a leaf right here. Okay, so we got a little green leaf back on the back side right there. Okay. I do like that. All right, now let me see. Okay, I think I'm going to take this leaf. See how we have that variegated leaf right here? This is not quite the design, but I'm making it my own now. I feel like I'm going to put this leaf back in the back right there to bring over that variegated leaf color to this side. I think. Let's just put it in here and see. Maybe. I don't know if I like it yet, but we're going to leave it there. Do you see it in the back? Like peeking through these two green stems we couldn't remember the names of. And it looks like it's this one over here, the same leaf. Okay, so now what are we going to do on the back? I feel like the back is where we can bring in some of this yellow green. All right. Man, these are just really very long, a little longer than I wanted, but let's try something else. They keep falling apart too. All right, I just did one long one right here. I like that. Kind of blends those two together. And then I'm not digging this on the back side right now. Let's do this. All right, we have a little blue in the back. Let's do a little bit more of this Sweet Veronica. Oh, going back to the original plan. I'm just going to put some blue back here in the back. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Let's just fill in some holes up here. Just did one right there, just give a little bit of some green action right there. Now what do we want to do in the other side? Okay, we could pull our white to the back, but I really feel like that's like the white really is like powerful. Let's do some red right there in that hole. You like it, Tammy? We're just adding some berries. There's a lot of little texture in this, isn't there? So we've talked about form, spacing, color. Our line was supposed to be these bells of Ireland. We're supposed to bring our eye down. I honestly feel like our roses could have been taller. But not, not too much taller. Is this gonna steel pick on it? No. Let's see about this one. Okay, let's do, this one is going to be taller. I'm going to do a wooden floral pick so that we can have some height. Just feels like everything is getting so compact on the base. Hello, Ridgeway, South Carolina. Welcome. So this is, where would y'all put this? Where would you put this arrangement in your house? Don't say the trash, because I just don't want to hear it. All right, I don't know if you could tell, but I moved these up. I can tell. That's all that matters. I'm going to go back to clustering and grouping my little hypericum berries. I'm going to get some glue on this one. Y'all like making arrangements? How many of you have been afraid to start arrangements? Hey, Miss Carrie, welcome. Aw, thank you, sweetie. If you've been afraid to start arrangements, because that I feel like that was me. Like when I first started, I was like, where do we start? When do we stop? That was me. But it was the same thing for me with the wreath making. I did the same exact thing. Was overthinking it. But it was when I started really learning how to, with floristry, with fresh flowers, it started like, oh, now I see. And so if you have been afraid and you want, maybe you're ready to incorporate silk flowers into your Etsy shop, you're doing wreaths, but you're like, I kind of would like to do arrangements, or my mom wants me to do this event and have an arrangement, or my sister asked me to do her wedding, whatever it is, and you just need that confidence, come join us in our Wreath of the Month Club group. We literally do this about 20 times a month, 15 to 20 new tutorials. We do wreath making, we do garlands, we do, we're going to do Christmas trees, obviously we got Christmas trees, swags, wreaths. So we do more than just wreaths. We do arrangements, and the arrangements are good because we try to make them shippable, things that you can create so that you can ship them from an Etsy shop, or small to put in your craft showroom, your little craft booth or whatever. So come join us. We only are open for today. We started 2 weeks ago. We opened our doors. We're closing them tonight at midnight, May 10th. So come join us. You cancel anytime, but now's the time to come try it out. Find a community of makers who support and lift you, inspire you to do things out of your comfort zone, like me making this arrangement that I've never made before, and I'm doing it live on all the places, right? Like you just never know until you start crafting for yourself, making it for yourself, where this your journey will take you. So who would have thought that my journey of wreath making would have led me to here teaching you how to make this arrangement, right? With a couple of thousand people in our membership group who are lifting each other up, blessing each other with their presence, supporting each other. I'm just filling in with Greenery right now. Just adding that little bit of making sure I don't see the foam place. Wanda says, definitely not the trash in the dining room. Was afraid the arrangement until I tried one with the Wreath of the Month Club. Love doing them, right, Maureen? To me, they're so much simpler than a wreath. You do all sides of arrangements and they are all gorgeous. Thank you, Tammy. Love making arrangements. The wreaths are your weakness. Miss Kim, you need to be in the club. You need to be in the club. Are you looking for some silk flower designs? Because, man, we got some in there. All I'm doing is taking some of my little leaves and supporting my flowers in the back. So this is the thing, when you're trying to duplicate a fresh flower arrangement, you got to know that silk flowers are made different than fresh flowers. They're going to have a lot more bulkiness. So you're trying to play that don't overdo it, don't overstuff it game. Like I'm just right now telling myself, okay, you're done on the front. Don't put anything else. But on the back side, we could do maybe one more leaf just to cover up some stuff. Make it look finished. I've got a little rose leaf too. What do y'all think? Does it look good? We're fixing the back now. This is clearly the back. But even if nobody's going to look at it, you know it's there. Okay, I'm going to fill in a couple more with this. Did I put the link? If you're interested in learning, you can go to learntowreath.com, or it should be showing on your Facebook, if you're on Facebook. And I'll put it here. There, I just put it on YouTube. If you're watching on TikTok, all you have to do is click the link in my bio. And we have it there as well. Well, we've got 15 to 20 new tutorials a month, 4 different coaches teaching the art of silk floristry. All right, I'm going to go really slow. What time is it? Oh my gosh. Y'all, it is Friday, and the hubs and I are going out on a date. That's why I'm not wearing a t-shirt. That's where I got my hair done. My hair done. My hair's different than normal. It's not up in a little clip, looking like a hot mess. What do y'all think? The back is just the back, you know. It's just a little blue back there. If somebody were to get a little peek behind there. We've covered our mechanics. Get your glue strings off. I used a white container, knowing that we were going to do Patriotic, but you can use these melamine containers and spray paint them any color that you want. And then I'm going to show you the inspo photo, and you tell me what you think. Considering I didn't use fresh flowers, and I've never made it before. What do you think? Thumbs up, thumbs down. See, they had crocus. I think that mine was a little too compact, but it still looks good. I still like it. I actually think this leaf works really good, even though it makes it bulky that you can't see through these bells of Ireland, because it matches this leaf over here, the variegated. You like mine better than the picture? Oh my gosh, Brenda, thank you for the thumbs up. Oh, Kim likes it too better than the arrangement. I love it. That's nice that you and your husband still go on dates. Of course, y'all don't go on dates with your husbands? Take them out on a date and surprise them. This turned out super fun. Thanks, Evangeline. Thank you. Where can I find the wreath behind you? This I haven't listed it on Etsy yet, but this is the one that our members learned to make this one. I have to list it on my Etsy shop still if I'm going to be giving it up, because man, it's so pretty. Let's see if there's any questions over here. Thank you all so much for your follow. Thanks, Tom, for your comment. And let's see. Make sure to give us any hearts, follow, subscribe, and all the things. Thank you guys so much. All right, if y'all have any questions about Wreath Making of the Month Club, you can just DM me, send me a direct message anywhere on social media, and I'll be glad to help you out and answer your questions. Been married for 40 years. You're never past dating. Never past dating. So we've been married 25 years. If you gotta get to know him again, how fun would that be? That's an adventure. Get to know him all over again. The version of him now, not the version of him 40 years ago. What is he like now? What is he like different now? Get to know him. That's going to be fun. I like it better than the picture. Thank you, Margaret. Can't get your husband to go anywhere. Date night in. Date night in. Start giving him some little attention. He'll start reciprocating. I promise it happens. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave it here. I hope y'all have a spirit-filled weekend and enjoy your Mother's Day if you're celebrating Mother's Day this weekend. And let me know if you create something like this for your own home or maybe to list in your Etsy shop, because I can't wait to see it. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.